$800 million in inflation relief checks are here. The lawmakers, everybody, are making huge progress on this next round of stimulus. The people can actually qualify and receive this stimulus check. So folks, many people actually qualify for this relief payment. And if you want to get the stimulus check, then be sure to subscribe because you'll be getting it very soon. And now the California governor, Gavin Newsom, has already called for the federal government to investigate the recent spike in natural gas prices. As families experiencing the soaring gas utility bills, things are getting out of hand in Congress. Now this only means one thing, folks. In a letter to the Federal Energy Regulation Committee, the governor has requested that the agency immediately focus its investigatory resources on accessing whether market manipulation is happening, anti-competitive behavior, or other things are driving up activities, like the soaring inflation and the elevated gas prices in the gas markets. Right now, we know that additionally, millions of Americans will soon see relief from the high utility bills, folks, with credits of $90 to $120 showing up on gas and electric bills as soon as this month. Right now, last Thursday, the Public Utilities Commission voted to accelerate the California Climate Credit just to help California families pay the high gas bills, but the $90 to $120 will be applied to residential utility customer bills. Now, starting from March, Californians do not need to do anything to get the credit. The governor has told reporters, "We are taking action now to provide relief to help those with high gas bills. We know this credit provides only temporary relief from the soaring bills. That's why we are going to get to the bottom of this, because everybody deserves the best." Now, in the state of Michigan, we all know that a $180 inflation relief check is actually going underway. It's actually being sent out by the governor, Gretchen Whitmer. And the Democratic leaders in the state legislature have also approved this plan. Under this plan, the $180 refund checks would be issued based on a tax return filed with the state, meaning married couples filing jointly will get a single $180 check, and a married couple living together could also file their taxes separately and would get around $180 each. So folks, we know that $800 million in inflation relief checks would be combined with an increase in the earned income tax credit from 6 to 30%. Now, it might not sound like a money, but it is. And a married couple living together and filing their taxes separately will get around $180 check. Plus, the $800 million in inflation relief checks would be combined with an increase to the earned income tax credit from 6 to 30, retroactive to 2022, and a decrease in taxes on all the pensions that you have. The pension tax repeal would differ from earlier proposals by bringing equal relief to both the private and public pensioners. Right now, instead of just creating a full repeal of the state's 4.5% income tax, the public sector employees wouldn't even get that. Instead, the Michigan Department of Treasury is still working through the details of the exact same level that people have issues on. Governor Whitmer and her colleagues announced a broad outline of her plan, and they said that it could happen very, very soon, and with the House Minority Leader said the governor was moving out the way and making the tax relief more equitable, but he wasn't sold on the plan. He said that the governor once again refused to say whether they'll block the tricks and to obstruct the government in a permanent income tax cut that's headed to every person in Michigan, and the small businesses are suffering. Help must be sent. Help must be given. Additionally, Republicans have rebuffed plans to sidestep a 2015 income tax cut. This cut was actually put in place by a past Republican majority. It is based on general fund revenue, and some fiscal experts believe that they have predicted the state's glut of revenue in recent years that will be enough to hit the cause and lower the tax rate.
My friend, Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro.
A couple of my fellow co-conspirators on the Appropriations Committee, and Congresswoman Clark, Congresswoman Frankel as well. I'm so delighted to be here. Thank you, Senator. Thank you so much for the invitation to join here with you and everyone else today. And the highlight of what we're doing today is fighting to deliver quality, affordable child care. You heard from Senator Sanders and from my colleague, Representative Clark. Proud to have with us Congresswoman Lois Frankel. I see Sarah Jacobs here as well, Ayanna Presley, Jimmy Gomez, and Matt Melman, a shout out to you as well for your great work. So, and to all of the advocates here today, look at those great signs behind us, champions. Really, thank you so much for being here and for what you do. Angelica, thank you. Moms Rising, thanks for the great, great work, and so proud of what you did, but you pursued what you wanted to do, and still you couldn't get the help that you needed to move forward. But thank you for your courage. I especially want to say a thank you to my guest for the State of the Union. That's Alex Schiavone. Alex, raise your hand there. She is the director of the Friends Center for Children in New Haven, Connecticut. Spent her career elevating the voices of children, fighting on behalf of children to transform what is a broken system before it is too late. 30 years experience in early childhood development, elementary education.
Shifting gears to the Super Bowl, despite a slowdown in the overall ad market, the price for a 30-second Super Bowl spot still at record highs. Our Julia Borston's with us and has a look at what advertisers are spending to get that airtime. Hey, JB.
Well, Carl, no sign of an ad recession here. Brands are paying up to a record $7 million for a 30-second spot, up from $6.5 million last year. And that was nearly $1 million more than ads in the game a year before. Now, even several companies that have announced major layoffs, such as Google, Workday, and Warner Brothers, are investing in Super Bowl spots.
They're going to come out in late October with a restructuring plan. I think the street in general is kind of waiting to see what they have to say. But you know, you made the reference to, 2008 and Lehman Brothers. You know, if you kind of compare and contrast just the financial services system in general today versus then, it's remarkably different in terms of, just the capital, the liquidity, the health of the balance sheets of the banks, particularly in the U.S. So I do think it's not a great comparison to make.
Okay, so let's take...
So as a general rule, to receive Social Security payments in retirement, a recipient must have worked and paid into Social Security systems for at least 10 years. If you choose to start receiving payments at the earliest allowable age of 62, your maximum possible payment is around $2,300 per month, and the maximum increase is around $3,300 at age 66 and 4 months. At age 70, you can receive the maximum amount of benefits, which is $4,100. Now, designed as a supplement to pension and retirement savings, Social Security currently replaces about 40% of the average American's retirement income. 4 in 10 Americans have the monthly payment as their only source of income in retirement. And according to advocacy groups, seniors are struggling financially due to the crisis, and this has led many people to push Congress for even more stimulus checks. Folks, President Biden just released a shocking announcement in regards to rising inflation. So hopefully we can now get a stimulus check for this. The administration has confirmed that they are now canceling billions of dollars in loan debt for many Americans. Not only that, but listen to this. President Biden said today that there is little he can do to lower the cost of gas or food in the immediate term, an acknowledgement that prices for those goods will actually remain high as he works to bring down other costs incurred by families. During an event on food shortages, President Biden told reporters, "There's a lot going on right now, but the idea is we're going to be